There are times when doorbell cameras capture things that shouldn't be there. From eerie intruders and unexplainable shadows to downright terrifying watchers.
Who are you? Huh?
Oh my gosh.
I command you to go, Jesus.
These real-life recordings will leave you questioning what's lurking outside your door. A man in Mexico checked his security camera and found something he couldn't explain. A shadowy figure lurked near his front door, moving quickly like it was watching him. When he opened the door to check, nothing was there. Just silence. Just emptiness. The figure had vanished without a trace. The footage ends there, leaving only questions. Was it a trick of the light or something not of this world? Creepy clown. You might have seen clowns in circuses and parks amusing children. But what if late at night, a real clown appeared right in front of your house? Back in 2014, in California, this happened to one man when a clown showed up on his doorbell camera, leaving a chilling record of its presence. The clown was holding balloons and stood just outside the house, looking like it was there to abduct someone. It quietly moved closer, peeking to see if the door was open, but it wasn't. After a moment, it wandered off, probably heading to the next house. Soon, reports flooded in from across the city about clown sightings caught on home surveillance. Authorities are now on high alert, trying to track down these creepy clowns. Hairy beast. Late one night, a noise outside his window made him look, and that's when he saw it. A massive Sasquatch stood there, its dark eyes locked onto him. But something about it was strange. It didn't seem aggressive. It looked like it needed help. Even then, the man knew better than to step outside. He just stood there, frozen, watching. And then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the creature turned and vanished back into the trees. Crying intruder.
Who are you? Huh?
On May 23rd, 2024 in Ohio, a boy driving late at night had a chilling experience. Out of nowhere, a creepy figure appeared, stopping him in the middle of the road. It was a woman who looked like a ghost, her pale face pressed close to the window. She begged him to let her in, saying she was searching for her lost child. Afterward, many speculated she wasn't a living person, but a restless spirit, forever haunted by loss and bound to the road, searching endlessly for what was taken from her.
What? What's wrong with you?
Behind the fence. A security camera picked up something that left the homeowner seriously shaken. It was just a normal night, until a shadowy figure appeared out of nowhere and started wrecking the garden fence. The camera caught a clear shot of its face, and it was downright eerie, glowing eyes, a weird, unsettling expression, and movements that didn't seem human. The thing hid behind the broken fence, lurking in the shadows, its true shape hard to make out. Some say it was just a wild animal, others, not so sure. Either way, one thing was certain: the backyard no longer felt safe. Flying witch. After a long day at work, a man came home only to hear strange noises outside. Curious, he peeked out of the window and was shocked to see a creepy figure on top of his van. It looked like a witch, with dark, mysterious vibes that made it feel like she had been following him for some time. As he stood frozen in fear, she suddenly flew toward him. Just then, the video abruptly cut off, leaving his fate a mystery. The legs. A CCTV camera picked up something straight up terrifying on a dark street. A figure walked by, but something was missing. Its upper body, only legs. And the way it moved, completely off, like it was struggling to walk properly. Some say it was a restless spirit, others claim it was just a glitch. A few even think it was a prank. But one thing's for sure, if you saw that in real life, you wouldn't stick around to figure it out. Alien abduction. In Texas, a bizarre incident happened right in front of a man's house. As he took a few steps forward, he suddenly disappeared, turning into a dot of light that shot up into the sky. Naturally, people jumped to conclusions, thinking he had been abducted by aliens, who are often believed to be trying to contact humans. But the truth turned out to be much simpler. The man himself posted the footage online after seeing it on camera, explaining that it was just a trick of light. Nothing more. The strange event was simply a visual illusion. Creepy rake.
Oh my gosh.
I command you to go in Jesus' name.
A guy was home alone when strange noises started coming from his porch. He went to check, expecting maybe an animal. But what he saw, way worse. A humanoid figure sat there completely still, almost like it was waiting. His first thought? Skinwalker. Freaked out, he called the cops, but as he spoke, the figure silently faded into the darkness. Then, just as he started calming down, it reappeared, watching. Then, without warning, it vanished again. This time, for good. It felt like a warning, and he couldn't shake the feeling that, if it had come back again, things might have ended differently.
Oh my gosh.
In the woods. A wildlife researcher set up a camera in a forest to study the area overnight. The next day, while reviewing the footage, he spotted something unexpected. From one angle, the camera caught a creepy figure peeking out from behind a tree, as if it had noticed the device. At first glance, it looked like an alien. But the second angle revealed something even scarier. The creature was walking on all fours, its shape resembling a rake, a humanoid monster often whispered about in scary tales. The researcher is now determined to reveal the truth about this mysterious creature. Knocking hands.
Leave. Stop.
Late one night, a man was working when he heard a soft tapping. Thinking someone was outside, he got up to check, then froze. 2 hands were knocking on the door, but nothing else. Nobody, just the hands. His breath caught as he switched on the lights, but in an instant, they were gone. And that's when it hit him. He had never been alone. Something had been there the whole time, watching. Miling. CCTV footage from a woman's house became the talk of the town. The video showed a shadowy figure in her front yard, a child in a white robe. But here's the twist. The woman didn't have a child. Some thought it might have been a lost girl, but there was no way anyone could have entered. The yard was fully fenced, and the gates were locked. The woman was certain it wasn't human, and believed it was the ghost of a girl taking over her house. Dealing with this eerie presence would be a real challenge for her. Not just her, this incident left everyone in the area scared. Night visit. He was just relaxing on the couch, watching TV, when his doorbell camera sent a notification. It was already midnight, but he checked anyway, and instantly regretted it. A strange figure stood at his door, staring straight into the camera. Its face was unsettling wide eyes, frozen expression, almost like it wasn't fully human. Then, without a word, it turned and disappeared into the night. Real or not, that was enough to keep every light on until sunrise. Creepy humanoid. An explorer went into a spooky forest famous for paranormal sightings. As he wandered deeper, he found a blank page stuck to a tree. It seemed like someone was trying to send a message or maybe distract him. But then, the real fear kicked in. A creepy, white, humanoid figure appeared. It had no face, no features, just a plain, terrifying body. The explorer believed he had disturbed a ghost. Who knows if this spirit will let him live peacefully after this encounter? Only time will tell. What's for dinner? This guy was chilling at home when he heard a weird noise coming from the kitchen. When he went to check, what he saw was straight out of a sci-fi nightmare. The window was open, and something was crawling inside. It had dark, veiny skin and glowing eyes that reflected the kitchen light. Its movements were slow, calculated like it knew exactly what it was doing. Was this some kind of prank? A person in a costume? Or was it something not from this world? Whatever the answer, the footage is convincing enough to send chills down anyone's spine. Unknown being. A security camera footage came from East Texas on July 7th, 2019 that captured something strange. Suddenly, on the dark road, a pale, skinny, long-armed creature appeared. It was walking slowly on its arms and legs. The overall look of this strange creature led many to believe it could be a Sasquatch or some other unknown cryptid, but no one could say for sure as it was too far down the road. After that night, they kept on monitoring the road daily, but the creepy creature was never seen there again. Teleportation. A security camera in Bogota captured something that still has people scratching their heads. At first, it seemed like just another late-night recording a lone figure walking down a quiet street. Nothing unusual, but then, in an instant, the figure just disappeared. It looks like a glitch to me, but a very mysterious and strange glitch, because the CCTV was working fine just seconds ago. Woman or witch? A homeowner got a notification from their doorbell camera late one night. When they checked the footage, they saw a woman acting all weird. What stood out most was how the light reflected off her eyes. Something human eyes don't usually do. This detail led some to believe she could be a Skinwalker, a shape-shifting witch said to take the form of humans or animals. Now the neighbors are on high alert. After all, who knows whose doorstep these mysterious visitors might show up next? Cloaked beast. Two eerie CCTV clips have people seriously freaked out. Outside a home in China, a dark, shadowy figure stepped out from behind a light pole. It moved strangely, and as it got closer, things got even weirder. It had no hind legs and was way too big to be any normal animal. Some say it was a cloaked figure, which is already creepy. But others? They swear that wasn't a cloak at all, just thick, tangled fur. And if that's true, this might be the closest thing to a real-life werewolf ever caught on camera. Dog's fear. A dog was acting strangely in the front yard, staring suspiciously into the distance. Suddenly, it began barking loudly, as if something unknown had caught its attention. Out of nowhere, a shadowy figure zipped across the road, moving at an unbelievable speed. When the owner checked the video, it was clear. What appeared to be just legs speeding away, with no upper body in sight. Many believed it resembled the Fresno Nightcrawlers, a mysterious woodland spirit or cryptid. It vanished quickly, but left behind undeniable proof of its existence in the town. Watching eyes. The homeowners thought the strange noises in their attic were just rats. They were so wrong. The moment they cracked open the attic door, they froze. A face stared back at them, pale, with black, soulless eyes. It didn't look human. It didn't even look alive. Whatever it was, it had been up there, watching, waiting. The second their eyes met, their instincts screamed at them to run. And they did. Because when something that unnatural is hiding right above your home, you don't stick around to find out what it wants. Upside down. Late at night, you'd usually expect to see stray dogs wandering the streets, but this time, something far more sinister was caught on surveillance. A figure crawling down the street moved in a strange and uneasy way, its limbs bent unnaturally as it crept forward, creating a terrifying sight. It seemed like a lost spirit had found its place in the town. After that night, the street became infamous, and no one dared to step foot outside after sunset again. Horrific creepers. An old house stood at the edge of town, whispered about for years. Some called it cursed, others said it was home to something inhuman. A few investigators set up CCTV cameras, hoping to capture proof of the paranormal. What they recorded was beyond disturbing. One camera picked up a creature with glowing eyes, something invisible to the naked eye. Another showed a tall, thin figure gliding across the room, its unnatural movements resembling a djinn. The footage was undeniable. This house wasn't just haunted, it was a dwelling for something far worse. And whatever lived there wasn't alone. Terror in white. Security cameras are catching more than just people these days. In one strange case, a CCTV camera recorded something truly bizarre. Out of nowhere, a figure dressed in a white robe appeared, standing still as if frozen in place like a statue. It didn't move for a while, but then something even stranger happened. The figure suddenly appeared behind a swing in the yard and began to push it back and forth, as if giving an invisible child a ride. Whatever the reason for its presence, it's clear that there are entities sharing our spaces, for which we might not always be aware. Stranger.
Who is that? Get out of here!
A mom and her son had just come back from shopping, stepping inside their home like any normal day. But right after they locked the door, the doorbell camera caught something terrifying. A man was approaching, his movements slow and deliberate. Then he knocked hard. Something about him just felt off. His posture, his expression, the way he hovered by the door like he was waiting for something. If the mom hadn't locked up just in time. Well, who knows? The footage alone was enough to make anyone double-check their locks at night.
There's a guy outside! Look!
Nightmarish visitor. A town was disturbed by eerie cries late at night, so they decided to set up a camera to figure out what was causing it. When they checked the footage, they were horrified by what they saw. A small, ghostly figure with long hair was seen wandering the streets. It passed through a closed gate, then returned moments later. Spiritual healers were called in, and the crying stopped soon after. But some claim the ghostly figure still appears on foggy nights. No one in the town knows when or if they will ever be rid of their tiny, haunting visitor. Kitchen intruder. Strange noises in the kitchen had this guy feeling uneasy, so he set up a camera to catch whatever was causing them. A few days later, he checked the footage, and what he saw was enough to send chills down his spine. A shadowy figure peeked from behind the counter, barely visible, but its eerie breathing made it clear something was there. By morning, there were no footprints, no signs of a break-in, nothing. Whatever it was, it didn't leave a trace. Humanoid alien. A child who was just chilling and watching cartoons when something totally bizarre showed up on the security camera. Out of nowhere, an alien with an elongated head and dark, hollow eyes peeked through the left window. It was super creepy. The moment it noticed the child and the camera, it quickly disappeared. Like it wasn't interested in talking or anything, just spying on the humans inside. Pretty wild, right? So, next time you're home alone at night, maybe keep an eye on your windows. You never know who or what could be watching. Terrifying crawler. Forgetting to close his door turned out to be a bad idea. While he slept, something crept into his room. Its limbs moved wrong, bending in ways that weren't natural. It wasn't lost, it was searching. For food? For someone? It got closer, inching toward his bed. But before anything happened, the video cut out. No one knows what came next. And that alone is enough to make you sleep with the lights on. Headless horror. After a sudden power outage, a worker stepped outside to check things out and saw something terrifying. Someone was messing with the electric circuit. But the most chilling part? This figure had no head. Some people thought it might have been a ghost, while others suggested it could be a blemmy, a mythical creature known for having faces on its chest instead of a head. Whether ghost or legend, the idea that these creatures are roaming freely is pretty alarming. Sinister Shadow. This guy was checking out of his hotel room, completely unaware that something was following him. The CCTV footage showed a short, shadowy figure trailing behind him. At first, it looked like a child, but then it disappeared. Just like that. And let's be real, kids don't just vanish into thin air. Some say it was a glitch. Others believe it was one of those shadow creatures people claim to see. Either way, this one's got people talking. Skinny creeper. A homeowner's CCTV captured a truly strange scene. A bizarre creature appeared in the driveway, moving in odd ways with its unnaturally long arms and legs. The strange display lasted only a few moments, and by the time anyone checked, the creature had disappeared. No one knew about this unusual visitor until the footage was reviewed. Some believe it was a prank, others think it might have been an alien. This strange driveway dancer has left the neighborhood buzzing with theories, but the truth remains a mystery. The creature has not been seen since. Pair of cryptids. This one is straight up nightmare fuel. A guy pulled over on an empty street late at night, enjoying the silence, until he spotted something bizarre up ahead. Tiny figures way too small to be normal people were moving around. They walked on two legs, almost like they were playing, but something about their movements felt off, like they knew they were being watched. Some say they were just kids, but let's be real, kids don't just wander around deserted streets in the dead of night. Whatever these things were, they weren't just passing through. They had a purpose. Elf alien. On June 7th, 2019, a woman's security camera caught something truly strange. A small, unusual figure appeared, moving in a funny, almost playful way, like it was dancing as it walked. It seemed excited, as if it had reached the desired place. The figure took a few steps, then disappeared from view. The video spread like wildfire, and people couldn't stop talking about it. Some thought it might be an alien stopping by, while others speculated it could be Dobby, the magical elf from Harry Potter who came to life. Whatever it was, this mysterious visitor became a viral sensation overnight. Glowing eyes. In 2014, a woman in Pennsylvania captured something horrifying in her basement. A massive creature standing on two legs with glowing eyes, but its facial features could not be seen, which made it scarier. And then the video just ended, which was strange considering the video still got uploaded, so maybe it let her go. Clown costume. In Texas, a homeowner woke up one morning to a strange sight. The gate to his backyard was wide open. Worried, he checked the security footage from the night before. What he saw was disturbing. A person dressed as a clown, with a suit, mask, and holding a knife, was wandering around his property. The clown looked through windows and tried to open doors, clearly attempting to get inside. This happened in 2016, during the creepy clowns craze that was going on at the time. While some people were just trying to scare others for fun, others used it as a cover for more serious actions. Luckily, the clown left after failing to get inside, but the video footage stayed as proof of the frightening event. Shapeshifter. We all know cats to be agile, but do you know they can also shapeshift? A doorbell camera recorded a chilling moment that has baffled everyone on the internet. Two cats were sitting on a porch when one of them got spooked by something coming out of the bushes. It turned around and ran, but then something truly unexplainable happened. The cat transformed and flew away. As you can see in the clip, The cat jumped and casually disappeared into the night sky. Even the second cat on the porch looked confused as to what just happened. Nighttime spirit. An unbelievable sight caught on CCTV camera at night. The front gate of a house was left open. At first, it seemed like a regular person walking up to the gate, but here's where it gets creepy. Instead of walking through the open side of the gate, the figure actually passed right through the closed side. That's when it hit. This wasn't a regular person at all. It seemed like something supernatural had made its way into the yard. What appeared to be a simple, late-night event turned into an unsettling mystery. Let me in. In the middle of the night, if you hear something clawing at your door, don't make the mistake of opening it. A woman's peaceful nighttime was disturbed by a bear trying to get inside her house, or it was trying to sharpen its claws. The entire incident was caught by the doorbell camera. The bear scratched her door pretty well and even looked inside. But thankfully, the door was strong enough, and the bear eventually gave up. Huge head. Take a look at this scariest video. A woman with a horrifying face approached a house quietly and rang the doorbell. When no one came out, she angrily moved closer to the camera, almost as if warning the homeowner to step outside. What happened next? The doorbell camera suddenly stopped recording. Many compared her creepy appearance to Chucky, the sinister, doll-turned-possessed character. It's hard to say what she wanted, but one thing's for sure. It was a close call the residents will never forget. Alien intruder. This guy was just relaxing at home when he saw something disturbing, a face peeking over his roof. And it wasn't human. It looked wrong, almost sinister. He ran upstairs to check, but there was nothing there. Just as he started to calm down, the face popped up again, even clearer. The video ended right there, but the image burned into everyone's mind. Was it a cryptid? A creature no one had seen before? Or something even worse? Tiny terror. A man was reviewing CCTV footage to check on his car when something strange caught his eye. A small, bizarre creature ran across the screen. At first glance, it looked like it had only arms and a head, nothing anyone had seen before. But as he looked closer, the mystery unraveled. It turned out to be an optical illusion. The creature was actually a skunk, and its white fur patterns made it look like a crawling oddity on the grass. Staring terror. The second night falls, locking your windows isn't just a habit, it's survival. A security camera caught a woman collecting clothes from the line, completely unaware of what lurked nearby. As she turned, a pale, hunched figure crept past the open door. It moved on all fours, its eerie, almost translucent skin making it look anything but human. Viewers immediately pointed to the rake, a creature whispered about in terrifying stories. Whatever it was, one thing's for sure. That woman wasn't alone that night, and neither were we. Horrifying message. On September 5th, 2016, a family security camera captured a strange figure in their driveway. At first, he appeared to be an ordinary man, but as he approached, his face gave off a sinister and creepy vibe. He was holding a knife and seemed to address the camera as if leaving a message silently. After the strange encounter, he calmly walked away. The family reported the incident, and security was increased in the area. However, the man never returned. Many believed he was just a mentally unstable person, but his intentions remain unclear. Alien invasion. In 2006, a man in Pensacola, Florida accidentally recorded something terrifying. His camera, left facing his open door, captured a small, thin figure peeking inside. Its long limbs and oddly shaped head looked anything but human. The eerie being crept forward, stepping into the room while the man slept, completely unaware. By morning, everything seemed normal until he checked the footage. One look, and he knew he'd never leave his door open again. It's time for today's open discussion. In 2019, a homeowner got a Ring doorbell alert. Someone was outside. Checking the camera, he saw a figure in a rabbit mask holding a sign. Free hugs. The masked person wasn't still. It moved its hands, making strange gestures, looking straight into the camera. Its head tilted slightly as if studying whoever was watching. It even showed the basket full of candies, as if it wanted to lure whoever was inside the house. Scared, the homeowner decided not to open the door. And later, he shared the video online for others to be aware of such intruders. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.